everyone. In this video we're going to discuss about shift instruction. It is one of the type of the data manipulation instruction. So this shift instruction, the main purpose of this shift instruction is to perform the data manipulations on the given data. Data manipulation, which is nothing but moving the bits to both the direction, either to the left side or to the right side. This is what shift instruction. So let us see the categorization of shift instruction one by one, and later we will discuss all these categorization. So here it consists of four categories of shift instruction. First one is logical, arithmetic, rotate through carry. In each and every categorization we have two types, that is performing shift operations to both the direction. One is to left and another one is to right direction. So how to perform all these shift instructions, so we can see with an example. First one is logical shift left. So if you take logical shift left, so if you are having this 8-bit data, for example, 0 1 1 0 1 1 1 0. Okay, so this is the given data. So now if you want to perform logical shift left on this given input, so usually shift operation, if you want to perform on any of the operand, usually that operand will be stored in the register. In fact, if it is stored in the memory, then we need to bring that particular data from memory to register. Afterwards we can able to perform the shift operation. So obviously we are actually fetching the operand only from the register. So even though if the operand is available in memory, then we need to move it from memory to register, and afterwards we can perform the shift operation. So I'll tell you why the usual fetching operation is only from the register. I'll tell you that later. So first we will discuss how to perform this logical shift left. So shift left, which is nothing but moving one bit to its left position. So in fact we are actually moving one bit to left side. So we will start from the rightmost bit of this given input. So here it is 0. So if we move to left side, so it will come to the previous position, and this will come to its previous position. 1 1 will come here, 0 will come here, 1 will come here, 1 will come here. And in case of logical shift left, so this most significant bit will be lost, and we need to insert one new bit in the last position. So this is what logical shift left. So if you are performing shift operation that is moving one bit to its left side, the last bit will be whatever the bit we have in the most significant bit, that will be lost, and we need to insert one new 0 in the least significant bit. This is what logical shift left. And if you are performing logical shift right, for example, if you consider this as the input, and on this input if you are actually performing the logical shift right, so what will be the output? So if it is a logical shift right, so shift right means moving bit to its right position. So we'll start from the leftmost bit. So here the first bit will go to the second bit will go in the position of the third bit. So 1 will come here, this 1 will come here, 0 will come here, 1 will come here, 1 will come here, 1 0. So this last bit will be lost. Lost means, so it will go off. We are not actually going to use this bit, so it will be lost. And finally this particular in this most significant bit in the output, so we need to insert 0. One new bit will be inserted, which is very similar to the logical shift left. This is logical shift right. One bit will be lost whenever you do any shift operation in case of this type, that is logical shift left or logical shift right. So one bit will be lost and one bit will be inserted newly. That is what the operation has been done in the computer. Next one is arithmetic shift left. So when we talk about arithmetic instruction, obviously it should consider the sign bit of that operand. So whatever the input operand we have, so that sign bit will be nothing but the most significant bit of the bit of the operand, that will be considered as the sign bit. So if you are performing arithmetic shift left on any given input, for example, if you have the input as 0 1 1 0 1 1 0 1, for example, if this is your given input. Now if you are performing arithmetic shift left, So what happens here? So how we to perform this arithmetic shift left? It is very similar to the logical shift left. So if you're performing arithmetic shift left, so moving one bit to its left position. So I'll start from the rightmost bit. So moving one bit, so 1 will come here, 0 will come here, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. Then we need to insert 0 in the rightmost bit. Okay. So this will go off, that is that particular bit will be lost, and we need to insert the 0 in the rightmost bit. So this is actually the output for arithmetic shift left. And if you are performing arithmetic shift right, suppose if you are taking this as an input, and now if you are actually performing the arithmetic shift right operation, so what happens here? Arithmetic shift right means moving one bit to its right side, that is right direction. So we'll start from this bit. So one bit will move to the right position. So 1 will come here and 0 will come here, 1 will come here, 1, 0, 1. And what happens to this place? So here, since it is arithmetic shift operation, so this will be considered as the sign bit. So this particular bit will be, that is the most significant bit, will be considered as the sign bit. So here we whatever the sign bit we have, we should not change it. So here what happens, this will be remain same in the output. So if we perform the arithmetic shift right, this will be remain same in the output. So whatever the sign bit we have in the input, that same sign bit value should be produced in the output also. And whatever the sign bit we have, this will be copied onto the next bit. So this is what arithmetic shift right. So moving all bits to its right position, and this particularly the second bit position will have the copy of the sign bit. So this will be considered as the sign bit, so we should not change the sign bit of the input, so that will be remain same, and that sign bit will be, or whatever the bit value, that will be copied to the next bit position. This is what arithmetic shift right. Okay, then we will discuss about rotate shift left. Rotate shift left, which is nothing but, so if you have an input, for example, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1. So this is actually the input. Now if you are performing rotate shift left, so since it is shift left, so we need to move bits to its left side. So moving with this 1 here, 0 will come here, 1 will come here, 1 will come here, 1, 1, 1, and this 0 may not be lost in this rotate shift. So this will not be lost. This particular 0 will be inserted in the last bit of the output. This is what rotate shift left. So moving one bit to its left side, and we are not going to lost any of the we're not going to lose any of the bits, as we discussed in the logical or arithmetic shift left. So here we are going to insert this, whatever the bit we have in the most significant bit, that will be considered as the least significant bit of the output. This is what rotate shift left. So now if you are performing rotate shift right, so considering this as the input, so what happens here? If you perform rotate shift right, so moving one bit to right side, so 1 will come here, 0 will come here, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, and what could be the value of the most significant bit, which is nothing but the last bit of the input, that is 0. Last bit of the input, so that will be considered as the most significant bit of the output. This is what rotate shift right. So we're not going to lose any of the bit in the given data, and we're not going to insert any new data. So that is the main difference between the logical, arithmetic, and this rotate shift right. Okay, then we're going to discuss about rotate through carry. So here this which is very similar to the rotate operation, that is rotate shift left and rotate shift right, but the only difference is we need to include the carry also. So here we have the carry bit, and here we have the input operand. So since it is the 8-bit operand, so we need to mention everything, one more bit, and carry bit if it is 1, for example, this is the given input. So here if you want to perform rotate through carry shift left, shift left means moving one bit to left position. So 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, this one will come to the carry, and this one will be considered as the least significant bit of the output. This is what rotate through carry. Now, if you are considering this as the input, okay, so this is actually the input for performing rotate through carry shift right. So if you perform shift right operation, so what happens here? This one will come, this 1 0 1 1 1 0 1. The carry will come here, and this last bit will go to this carry. So carry will hold this value. This is what rotate through carry shift right operation. So these are all some of the shift instructions that are available in the basic computer, and we discussed also how each and every shift operation can be performed. So while performing this shift instruction, so we need to check what is the instruction format. Each and every instruction may have one specific format. So the general instruction format for any instruction may consist of two fields. So one is opcode and another one is operand. So this is the general format, and one more field also be there, which is nothing but addressing mode. So this opcode which tells about what type of operation we are going to perform, what particular operation we are going to perform in the instruction, through the instruction. And this one operand will tells about what is the operand where we are actually going to fetch, either from any of the memory location or from the register. So that will be mentioned in this field. And addressing mode, which is nothing but which kind of addressing mode we need to follow. So this is the instruction format for general instruction. So for any shift instruction, the instruction format may vary. So it consists of 5 fields. Instead of 3 fields, it consists of 5 fields. So first one is opcode, and the next one is register, that is operand what we are fetching, which is actually stored in register. So that what register it will be stored, so that will be mentioned in this field. And next one is type, and another one is RL. The next one is count. So here opcode, which is nothing but, so what operation we are going to perform, obviously it is a shift operation, so that will be mentioned here. In the register field, so what where actually we are going to fetch the operand, so that will be stored in which of the register, that will be mentioned here. And the next one is type. So this type instruction, so we have actually 4 categorization of shift instructions. So among the 4 categories, so what kind of shift instruction we are going to perform, so that will be mentioned in this field. RL, which represents either we are going to perform shift right or shift left, which direction we are going to perform shift operation, so that will be mentioned in this field. And the count field will determine how many times we are going to perform the shift operation. So it may allow the number of times for shift operation. More than one time we can able to perform shift operation on the same input. So that is also possible in the basic computer, so that we have one specific field in order to maintain what is the number of times the shift operation we are going to perform. So here since we have the instruction format one specific field in order to mention the register address, so that's why I told you obviously your input data we are actually fetching only from the register. Even if it is present in the memory location, we need to transfer it to the register before performing this shift instruction. So here this type field may consist of 2-bit field, and this RL field which consists of 1-bit field, and this count is nothing but k-bit field. So k-bit means, so it will tell you how many times we are going to perform the shift operation. So at the maximum how many times we can able to perform the shift operation. So this type consists of 2-bit. So 2-bit field means it may because we have 4 number of types of the shift instruction, so it will tell accordingly which kind of instruction we are going to perform. So count, if we are giving the count value, so that is k value is 2 means, then we can able to perform 2 power k minus 1 number of times the shift operation can be performed. So if the k value is 2, then it is nothing but 3 times, at the maximum 3 times we can able to perform the shift operation. If you are giving k value as 3, and then at the maximum we can able to perform 7 number of times the shift operation can be performed. This is how the shift instruction can be executed in the computer, and their corresponding instruction format also discussed here. Thank you.